to balance readability and conciseness. I prefer readability a little bit over conciseness if at all possible. Okay. And also another example, price. Okay, that statement again, the operator will operate on that and with that, and then assign to the first variable. Therefore, it's totally equivalent to price equals price multiply price plus 1. Okay, these two are completely equivalent. And again, on the example, you use here. I'm sorry, not price unit. Avoid confusion. That's a different variable. Okay. The operator will operate on both sides of the variables. That means this one and this together, not just this one. Everything on the right side of the assignment statement will be the second operand. This is the first operand. This is the second operand. This is the operator. Okay. And after you're done with that, and assign the value to the first operand. So this is one thing, the compound assignment, and then, okay, let me put this other side here, and then there's another one called increment. Decrement operator. One is plus plus, one is minus minus. Okay. All right, plus plus x. If you write this statement, this is valid in C. What it means, you will increment the value of x by 1. So this is totally equivalent to x is equal to x plus 1. Now, because you can use the compound assignment, this is also equal to this. X plus equals 1. So these three statements are fully equivalent. And of course, if I'm going to pick, I will pick either these or that to program. Anyway, this is not more concise than this is the most concise. This is the most readable, I would say. Okay. And decrement is the same way, right? Minus minus x. That statement is fully equivalent to x equals x minus 1, or x minus equal 1. Okay, these two are fully equivalent to that. Sometimes, in a single statement like that, there's no difference whether you write xx plus plus x or plus x plus plus. Okay, so let me write another one. There's another way to put the increment operator. You can write x plus plus. These two single statements, they are fully equivalent. However, sometimes inside an operation, they have different meaning. If you say if plus plus x equals 2, and then the rest, what happened is, if you put plus plus in front of x, the computer will first take this value and increment it by 1 and compare with the value of 2. If it is 1, initially this statement is true, and what follows get executed. Now, if you write it as if x plus plus equal 2, and initially x is equal to 1, then the value of 1 will be used to compare of 2 first, and it becomes a false statement, right? And then what follows will not be executed. Then, after that operation, x, the value of x is incremented by 1. It becomes 2. So the result of these two statements will be different. Okay? And again, that's another confusion, but after you get used to it, it's okay. So if you put the plus plus increment operator in front, the value will be always incremented first before next operation is carried out. Okay? If you put afterwards, then the initial value will be used for whatever operation that you want, and then after the operation, the variable is increased by 1. Okay, next, logical operators. One is exclamation mark, and mark, and then how do you call this sign? Vertical line?
I think that's a word.
What's the name for that key?
Oh, I don't remember.
I would just call it vertical line.
That's what it is.
Double vertical lines. Okay? Well, this is in the Boolean operator is called not. This is and. This is or. Okay? If it's they are used to link two Boolean values. If A, let's say A and B, okay, and then A, okay, its meaning can be best explained by a table like this. If this is a Boolean, its value is true. Now, if A is true, exclamation A becomes the opposite. So this value is false. And then if it's false, exclamation A becomes true. Okay? Therefore, the meaning of explanation is then the opposite of the variable itself. Next, the and operation. Now we need two operators. Let's say we have A and also B. What about A and B? If A is true, B is also true. A and B means unless both are true, it will be false. Okay? Alright, so if A is true, B is true, what is the value of A and B? True. Because both statements are true, so and operator means the two together are true, okay? Now, if A is true, B is false, what's the value of A and B? false. Because it says unless both are true, it will be false. So this is false. And again, if this is false, and this is true, and this will be false. If this is false, this is false, that will be false also. Okay? Write it this way. All right, the OR operator. OR operator means as long as one is true, the combined is true. Right? So this is A, vertical, vertical B. If this is true, this will be true. Now, if A is true, B is false. As long as one is true, it's true. So this is true. If this is false, this is true, then this is true. Now, if this is false, this is false. If both are false, then it's also false. Okay? All right. With that, we can do some interesting exercise. All right. 5 equal 5, and 3 larger than 6. Okay. What is the value of this expression as a whole? True or false?
False.
False. Why is it false?
Because both have to be true and 3 is not greater than 6.
Because both have to be true. This is true, but this is false. So the end result is false. Very good. 5 equal 5, or 3 larger than 6. What is the value this time of this whole expression? It's true, right? Why? Because this is true. Although this is false, but 1 is true. All means as long as 1 is true, it's true. So this is true. Very good. Now with that you can combine as long as you want. But sometimes you don't want to overdo it. Okay? If it's a long expression, you want to judge one by one and assign it to another variable and use. There is also the conditional ternary operator, which is question mark. Its meaning is this. Okay. Well, it's actually this first condition. Result 1, and then column result 2. Okay, what it means, check the condition. If it's true, take the value of result 1. If it's false, take the value of result 2. Okay? Therefore, for example, 7 equal 5, question mark 4, column 3. So what is the value of this whole expression? 3, right? Because this is obviously false. 7 is not equal to 5. So this is false. If it's false, take the second value, which is 3. Okay. And there's also the comma operator. Yeah, it kind of gets complicated. Comma operator, which is this. Okay, A is equal to B equals 3, comma B plus 2. Okay. This will first assign the value 3 to B, and then assign the second expression B plus 2 to the variable on the left side of the assignment. Okay? So what happened is, the thing in front of the comma operator is operated first, and then the expression behind it is operated second. And this whole expression takes the second value to do whatever is next. In this case, will be assigned to the value of A. So, and again, it makes the expression more concise but reduce readability of a program. Okay? So this get activated first, and then this get activated second, and then the second expression is used to do whatever is next. Okay? And then there's the bitwise operator. Well, I'm going to skip that, and I don't think we need it for a C+ program, and it's used in the more low-level machine-related operations. Okay, but C and C++ just offer that capability. But I advise against its use because it may make the program more difficult to read. One more thing I like to mention is the size of. Remember, when I introduced the data type, I'm not fully sure what the length, how many bytes is it for the float. But that can be, you can find that out very, very easily. Use size of operator. That is an operator. So if you write x is equal to size of character type, what it does is to find out how many bytes this type of character is using and assign it to the value x. For character, I already said it's 1 byte. Therefore, after the execution, x will have the value of 1. Okay? If you say y is equal to size of integer, usually you will have the value of 2. You use 2 bytes, something like that. And then if you put float here and execute and run your program, you will find out immediately how many bytes a float type of variable is using. Okay? And then, of course, there's the question of the precedence of operators. If you have a long expression, which get executed first? That's in the table. Okay, I'm not going to list that. It's a long table, but some of them we already know. 2 plus 3 times 4. We know that the multiplication and division has precedence over plus and minus. So these get evaluated first, and that's second, something like that. Okay. Okay, again, we rushed through a lot of basic concepts and definitions. The handout is posted on website, so you need to review the stuff and study it yourself also. And next, we're going to do to talk about more complicated issues of program. Okay, that's for today. Thank you.